It sounds like you were just turned away from the event. Can you tell us about that?
We went in and they told me that my shirt was not candidate endorsed.
How do you feel about that? That a political rally would tell you what kind of shirt you can and can't wear?
I have a problem with it. And to me, it's giving into the cancel culture, and I refuse to give into the cancel culture. And as an archbishop, I have been on the front lines to fight against this cancel culture.
Does that change your feelings on Donald Trump at all?
It does. I have been a Trumper from day one. I mean, I have been supportive. But after today, it shocked the life out of me that they're part of the cancel culture.
Apparently now, Donald Trump is part of the cancel culture. I wonder if this guy's not gonna vote for him anymore because he'll say on camera, I'm so tired of this. So this is a Trump supporter, as he said, a Trumper from the beginning, showed up at his rally over the weekend, and his shirt says Neil J. Peterson for governor. That's in Ohio. Neil J. Peterson is not much of a player in this, but the Trump campaign does wanna make sure that no one else wears any kind of insignia that does not say Donald Trump on it or anything else that will help Donald Trump. So I'm gonna guess makes some sense, but now they've been canceling. Let's look at some of the details. This is from the Trump's 2020 election rules and processes for their rallies. So the suggested attire is casual. That's according to an email from the Trump campaign to people who register online for tickets to an event. Official Trump campaign merchandise is permitted. Please do not wear any other campaign merchandise. Local, state, or federal campaigns they include there. The guidelines were unusual, according to Democratic and Republican strategists who have worked on other national campaigns. Campaign strategists said that it was strange to prohibit signs or t-shirts supporting down ballot candidates that the leader of the party is supposed to help elevate. And doubly odd to put the directive in writing is what they also said. Tim Murtaugh, who's the Trump campaign communications director at the time, said that only approved Trump branded signage or apparel was permitted at campaign events. It's the president's campaign, he said, by way of explanation. And other campaign aides said the dress code was designed to give the crowd a consistent look and branding across the board. The president enjoys enthusiastic support at his rally, at his events of the kind Joe Biden can only dream of, is what Murtaugh said. Now, by the way, Brett, before we jump into this more, I looked up Neil J. Peterson. I was like, man, he must be a big player in this governor race in Ohio, in the primaries from the Republicans. He's a Republican, by the way. Neil J. Peterson has withdrawn or has been disqualified from his candidacy. It means nothing. It just means it's a hurt to Donald Trump's soul and ego if he sees anyone else's name that he isn't completely and totally endorsed. And even those guys he probably doesn't like either.
It's so great. So there is no freedom at Trump rallies. As much as the left wing is accused of censorship, like you have to wear a Trump costume. They accuse everyone else of being paid actors. You have to be in costume at his rally. And the only person who gets to wear a black and white shirt at that rally is that one dude, that one black guy they put behind him, like Blacks for Trump. And he travels, he's like a deadhead. Like he is a full on groupie who goes from show to show nonstop. And like he's got a place on the bus. But with the Trump campaign, I wonder if he's allowed to sit in the front of it. It's so bad. It's so bad. I love the Good Liars. They do such an amazing job. They and Jordan Klepper and Walter Masterson are doing some really amazing work, right up there with David Schuster and Michael Schur when they go on to these events, because it exposes just the internal hypocrisy. And as opposed to just watching Trump fans say terrible, hateful things, in this situation, you have a guy who was there. You got a sucker. He's realizing he's a sucker. And they played him for a sucker. He can't wear a shirt supporting the person he should have the freedom to support. That isn't even related. This isn't a plant. This isn't someone from an opposing campaign that's running counter to Trump. This is just a guy who's an archbishop who's like, I too want to express my feelings of love for Donald Trump, which probably translates to feelings of hate for others. But he felt the other edge of that sword.
Yeah, and that shirt, no one can even see. It's written so small. So please, it's so petty, but that's who he is.